the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Tonight, Dr. Michael Rossi returns to his home to try to sort out his feelings about a young girl who calls herself Jill Smith. The girl convinced Rossi that she was the natural mother of a baby brought to Doctor's Hospital in serious condition a week ago. Then suddenly, the girl claimed she had lied to Rossi, that the baby really had been born to the missing Allison Mackenzie. Now, at last, the doctor has the time to try to put it all together, but his home is no longer a sanctuary.
Who's there?
What a wild pad. View, fireplace.
Joey.
You get a new needle for that stereo and you got it made. I was gonna write first, but I remember how you go through the roof about my spelling, grammar, and all that jazz.
What are you doing here?
Well, like I said, I was gonna put on a few sides, but the needle's about shot on that changer.
I asked you a question.
Same old Mike. You ask a straight question, gotta get a straight answer. Well, I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I guess I just missed you. Big brother.
All right, now that the formalities are over, how did you get in here?
Any 2-year-old kid with a rattle could slip that lock.
Oh. Your sister know you're up here?
How come whenever you're teed off at me, which is most of the time, she's my sister, not our sister?
It sounds like she doesn't.
I wasn't ready for that scene. Joey, where you gonna go? What are you gonna do? You don't have a profession like your brother. You don't even have a trade. Look at those hands. They haven't seen an honest day's work in their life. What are you gonna do with those hands besides, pat the girls? Well, maybe the neighbors get a charge out of it. But I don't.
You ever think about anybody but yourself, just once? You know your sister's been on the phone the last couple of days, frantic.
I've had it. Right up to the eyeballs. Another 5 minutes with her in that crummy apartment, I would have choked. It's like every time she comes into a room, she sucks up all the air. I can't breathe.
She gave up her life for you.
Who asked her?
Who asked her?
Yeah.
You asked her. I mean, every time she went out 3 o'clock in the morning to pull you out of juvenile hall, you asked her. Every time she sent for money from me to take care of that car you borrowed and then wrecked, you asked her. And how about when she had to beg to get you back into school because you roughed up that...
I didn't...
Oh, you defended yourself against a teacher.
Well, maybe she liked it, huh? Maybe she couldn't get a man of her own, so she figured I was better than nothing. That's right. Whenever you run out of words, just bring one up from the floor. That ought to teach you, punk. Huh? Ever since I started shaving, you said to me, Joey, learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Don't lean on Lisa. Well, I stopped leaning and I started walking.
You didn't get very far, did you?
Well, people tell me I have a brother. A real successful brother. Lives right here in this town. A doctor. big man. Well, I guess they made a mistake.
Wait a minute. Now, just wait a minute. Come on, grow up, will you? What does this look like, a police station to you? You think I'm the kind little desk sergeant? I come along, give you a little ice cream, pat you on the head, say, well, he didn't know what he was doing.
You don't want to remember, do you? You did the same thing. You got fed up and then took off.
I had someplace to go.
Yeah, and you made sure you got there in a hurry. Hooray for you.
Well, if you'd have tried, if you'd have just applied yourself once.
How would you know how I tried? You were too busy being a great doctor. When it got so, I had to hustle up pictures to find out what you looked like. And I didn't need a calendar to tell me when it was Christmas. Because that was the day when you would come over and spend 3 whole hours.
You had Lisa, you had your mother before she died.
Now, let me tell you something about Mama. She only knew 2 words. Your brother. Your brother wouldn't do that. Be more like your brother. Now, one day I went looking for you. You didn't know that. I was 10. And there was this homework in school that I couldn't do. Algebra. All I knew was Bellevue Hospital. So I started out. You know, Mama found me wandering up and down 2nd Avenue, and she dragged me home. She said you were too busy, too important to bother with a little thing like algebra. She thought algebra was a place upstate near Schenectady.
All right, so you need someone else besides Lisa and Mama.
I thought I found him.
Well, it's a little late for me to help you with your algebra now.
You gotta start somewhere.
I owe you, is that it? I tried to find a life for myself. Now I owe you.
You owe me a chance to get out from under. The same chance you had.
Here, in Peyton place.
Still too busy, huh? Well, tell Lisa I said hello. Because I won't be going back.
Oh, wait a minute. Shut the door. Go on, shut it. All right, you stay here. But there's no debt involved in this, you understand? So there's nothing for you to collect. Huh? You clear?
How's it sound to you?
A chance, one. You blow it and you don't stop by here on the way out to say goodbye.
When you put it like that, how can I say no?
All right, now look. You want to stand on your 2 feet for once in your life, and come on. You call your sister. Tell her you're up here.
Do we have to tell her I'm here?
Why shouldn't she know?
Well, I don't want anybody else to know where I am.
Why not?
Well, for once, I'm taking that advice you throw around like confetti. A clean break. Huh? See, I got the kind of friends that like to stay in touch. And some Saturday night half-gas, they might take a little joyride up here, probably in a stolen rig, just to pay me a little visit. You want that? I don't. I don't want anything to do with any of them anymore.
Was our sister the only reason you left New York?
Well, that's one thing about me, big brother. I don't have to go looking for trouble. I got all I need right in the family.
I still say that what Mike Rossi says is right.
They're not very large, are they?
Neither is their owner.
I was just thinking the same thing. Do you realize that Matthew's only 7 months older than Kelly? And if his sister's her mother, then they're uncle and niece. They're still only both in diapers.
They are not related.
Oh, just because Mike Rossi says so? To your great relief?
Connie.
To your great unjustified relief, because in his opinion, Jill Smith acts as if Kelly is her daughter, loves her just as much, and therefore is her mother.
If the girl had said anything at all that would convince me otherwise...
You don't even want to be
Her
convinced.
story was full of holes, Connie.
Maybe because it was the truth. Because it wasn't just a neat, well-thought-out lie. Did you ever think of that?
She was deceptive and evasive. Every time I asked her a specific question, there was no answer.
You didn't ask her. You shouted and you bullied, just because you thought that because you're older, you had the right.
The right? I'm Allison's father. Doesn't that give me the right to the truth?
Would you recognize the truth if you saw it?
Now, you listen to me. If what Jill Smith said really happened, it can be proved. But until that time, I have to go along with Mike and assume that she's lying.
Why? What would she have to gain? Money? Has she asked us for a penny?
No, and I don't think she will. Connie, I don't know what her motives are, but I do know she has her own reasons.
What are they? What mother would turn her child over to total strangers?
I think you should ask yourself that same question about Allison.
I have.
Do you mean to tell me that you still believe that our daughter could give away her baby to a girl she barely knew for 36 hours?
Our daughter wasn't normal. We have to face that, Elliot. Allison wasn't normal. She was a very confused girl when she left here. And if she was carrying a baby, what she must have gone through. Helping me fix the nursery, put ruffles on the bassinet, and me carrying Matthew.
Don't torture yourself with that.
She meant it as a torture. Don't you see that? We're being punished for our marriage, for Matthew, for the 18 years I lied to her and told her I was a widow. Oh, she hates us. What a cruel way for her to let us know she's still alive.
Connie, I cannot believe that our own daughter would do that to her baby. I just can't believe it. It's too monstrous.
Well, if her emotions are twisted, whose fault is it?
Look, you lied to protect her, not yourself.
Did I? I wonder. You know, if this is our grandchild, we can't hide it. There's not going to be any Mr. Mackenzie this time, whose photo we can buy at the dime store and put up on the mantel. People are going to talk, just as Allison hopes.
Well, let them talk.
That's all right for now, but what about later? What about when the forgotten gossip becomes common knowledge? Well, Kelly will hear, and so will Matthew.
This is just conjecture. And we don't even know the truth. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to see Stephen Cord, and I'm going to get some very straight answers.
Tonight.
No, Connie, not...
Oh, please, so I can sleep. And take me with you.
Well, what about the baby, Matthew?
Oh, I'll get a sitter.
Oh, Connie, listen up. All right, all right.